Yes. Are you sure? Yes. Because you know lunch is next, right? I'm always the bad guy when it comes to before or after. I'm usually just right before or right after. I don't know how that works out, but everybody got one of these copies? Yes. Okay. So, my name is ISRA Wynn, and I'm here to speak to you guys about your health. Nutrition. It is our greatest wealth. How many of you know that it is our greatest wealth to be healthy? And yes, you have to take care of your mind spiritually, mentally, but you can't even do that if your health is not right. You can't think properly. You can't move properly. Everything becomes foggy. If you don't eat the right things, what happens? You get sleepy sometimes. Are you guys all awake? Yes. All right, I want you guys to drink some water too while I'm up here. I see water. I see sodas too, but just during this 1 hour, I need you to drink the water on your table. So I'm here to talk to you guys about nutrition. A little bit about myself. Miss Lena told you a little bit about me. I started boxing in 1994, and I was always an athlete. I loved playing sports. After high school and college, I said, what am I going to do now? Because I was antsy. I wanted to do something. And I played 10 different sports in high school. Every year, 10 different sports. I don't know how I did it. I don't know how I got the energy to do it, but I did. Back then, when you were in school, you just felt like you could do anything and everything. Nothing bothered us. Nothing was, impossible. We could do anything back then. As we started to get older, we realized that our bodies can't take the same abuse that we're giving it from years and years of just acting up. So I had to realize when I first started boxing that I could have all the skills in the world, but if my nutrition was not right, then I was not performing at the highest level. So I started actually reading and studying nutrition, and I started implementing that, the nutrition, and I got myself an actual nutritionist as I was boxing, and she helped me realize what I needed to do. Number one, to lose the weight to get to my weight class, and also to be healthy enough to be able to go 10, 12 rounds in a boxing ring. It's all fun and games when you can hit on a bag and it doesn't hit you back. It doesn't take too much out of you, but then when you have somebody actually hitting you back, that's another added energy expense. You have to be ready to take yourself down that path and to be able to get through those rounds and still have the energy to make it through those rounds. It's not always going to be an easy knockout. It's not. Even if you know who your opponent is, it doesn't matter. I had many of opponents that I hit them with everything I had, and they still kept coming. And I was like, what is holding you up? You got to find, I always relate this to life. And I say to myself, in life, you get hit, you get knocked down, but what are you going to do? You're going to get back up, right? You're going to get back up and fight, right? You're going to fight? Because we want it. How badly do you want it? How many of you want to lose weight? Honestly lose weight. Now, how bad do you want it, and what are you willing to do to lose it? How many of you have been on a diet, any part of your life on a diet? How many of you have had different, diets and different plans? You see the Long Beach diet, you see the Atkins diet, you see the Beyonce diet. How many of you tried the lemonade diet? So here's the problem. The problem is when you diet, your body goes through this change because you're not giving your body certain things. Your body is being starved from certain things. So of course, you're going to lose weight because you're only eating liquids. But what happens when you introduce food again? You gain it, but you don't only gain it, you gain even more. All of you have to realize that this is a lifestyle change. You have to make small changes on a daily, weekly, monthly basis to see big changes. You have to. So, I always talk about the basics. How many of you have ever seen me present nutrition? Put your hands up. Okay, not many. All right, so the basics. I'm going to just go over the basics real quick before I get into this. The basics of nutrition. We need nutrients. We need nutrients, and nutrients comes from food, right? Yeah. A lot of us are not eating the right foods to get the right nutrients. We might be eating the wrong foods that are giving us empty calories. And I always say this, we are overfed but starving. What do I mean by that? We're overfed with foods that don't contain any nutrients. So we're starving for nutrients. Our bodies are not getting what we need. That's why we're tired all the time. That's why you sleep for hours and then you wake up and you feel like you haven't even slept a wink. This is the reason why all of these things happen. Hold on. So the basics is this. If you eat well and you eat the proper nutrients and nutrition, then you'll feel good. Everybody's probably looking at me like, if it's that simple, you know, all of us would be able to do that. But here's the thing.